Man, I ate a potato and I gained 10 pounds.
Don't drink water with it.
Your life, senor.
Okay.
I'll take pictures after.
All right. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with the awards for Bull Shoals tournament. Thanks all for coming. Quite a few fish were submitted. I got, looks like 306 total fish were caught and submitted on Tourney X. So that's not too bad. Saw a lot of small fish coming in, a lot of culls, a lot of tight scores, and a lot of ties. So we're going to start with the team. The teams, we're going to pay out 2 spots, first and second place team. And we had a tie, which has never happened before. I had to call Dwayne Wally about this too, to make sure, figure out how the tiebreaker works. But with the new system, it's going to be based off of photo submission time of whoever caught the first fish. So whichever team submitted the fish first broke the tiebreaker and won. So second place team with 93.25 inches winning $160 is the Riverbank Boom Booms, Marcus Sherman and Joanna Sherman. They here? Okay, and with the tiebreaker, because they submitted a fish, I believe it was like 6:30 this morning, team Something to Prove, Micah Funderburg and Spencer O'Neill wins $260. All right, you want to talk a little bit about how you caught them?
I mean, it's kind of a off and on bite today, mostly off. This morning was the only time I really caught fish, and then the rest of the time was just 8 inchers on a drop shot, and that was it. But that first one was just on a finesse jig out the gate, and I was actually late to my opening spot, and I just decided I'd hit something right next to the boat, and it just so happened to be a decent one. So
Nice, Micah.
I caught fish on a few different baits, but the one that ended up being my best 5, all my best 5 came off of a Carolina rig. Fishing pretty shallow.
This is your guys' second win of the year, isn't it?
yeah.
Nice. That's going to be some good points. It's going to come down to a close battle at the next tournament. So congratulations, guys. Yep. I need a table. All right, now we're going to go with the smallest limit award. That person had 45 inches total with 5 fish. It's kind of impressive, actually. Kyle Mitchell. Kyle's here. All right, finally I get to give this to somebody.
It was 37 until I upgraded.
You get your rod and your fancy medal. All right, speech. What'd you catch them all on?
I went out underneath that bridge and sat there all day because I couldn't find any other bite. So just throwing a jig, little minnow shaker.
Well, hi, congratulations, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, and our extra award that we're going to give out for this one is the Middle of the Pack Award. The person who finished right in 30th place, right in the middle. And that angler will get an entry fee into Mark Twain if they choose, and that is Richie Lafferty. There you go. All right, man. Just let me know how you want to do that or not, and we'll get you set up.
I'm done.
Okay, I'll set you up. All right, moving along to the trash pot. You want to get the big check ready for this one too?
I'll take pictures afterwards.
This was a funny one because we saw Trey. He caught that big old striper. I'm assuming it was a striper.
I landed it. I netted it for him.
Oh yeah, I bet he went on a sleigh ride with that one, but it got beat. The trash pot's going to pay out $160, and the winner is Zach Wolverton with about a 40-inch gar. I don't even know how. I'm just guessing. It was huge. Tell us how you got that on the board. That's what I want to know. How you took a picture.
I mean,
of
it
that.
was a mean son of a gun, honestly. I mean, it tore a hole in my net. I was pretty pissed. So at least this will buy a new net. I was just fishing, running along all the weed lines, and I was throwing a little underspin with this paddle tail on it, and it crushed it. Thought I had a big bass finally after catching 10 inchers all day. And then it started jumping like a tarpon, and I saw it was a big old gar, and I thought I was going to lose it like 7 times, and I wound up getting into the net, and then it tore a hole in the net, and I thought I was going to lose it outside of the net. So then he was thrashing at my feet, and I was trying not to get stabbed, but it was a good time.
No, congratulations, man. Big Bass Award. That's going to pay out $460 for one fish. 19.25 inches. Jared Fosnow. Do you want to talk about how you caught that fish? What you catch on?
I actually caught it on a Ned rig. I had to downsize to get bit today. Everything was just running up to my baits and swimming off. So it was about my second cast after switching to a new little crawl that NetBait makes called a finicky crawl. It was a fight, and I thought it was a drum at first when it come up, and put my net back down, and it started running, and finally decided I was going to need the net anyway. So, and then it was big old smallie when it got up there.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it was a smallmouth, too. Big smallmouth. All right. Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to pay out 6 spots in 7th place. First man out's going to get an entry fee into Mark Twain if they want it. The scores were pretty tight, so every little quarter of an inch counted. We had a tie for 6th and 7th place, but in 7th place, getting that free entry fee was 74.5 inches, Lance Burris. Speak.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How are you?
Good.
So how'd you catch him?
So started out on a buzz bait, switched over to chatterbait, and caught a few on a walking bait.
So a little bit of everything.
Yeah, they started busting later on in the day. Most of them are about that big. I submitted at one point I had a 5-inch and a 6-inch finishing off my limit, just in case I didn't catch 2 more fish.
That's going to hurt your stats on Tourney X.
Well, I got rid of those 2, so yeah. But yeah, had the opportunity to catch a couple of gar for trash fish, but I didn't really try really hard to get them back in the boat.
I wouldn't have either. You're going to be at Mark Twain?
Yep.
All right. Well, you got your entry fee covered.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. 6th place. And we're going to do pictures with the big check and stuff after we get everybody run through here. So go ahead and come on up, though. In 6th place with the tiebreaker, 74.5 inches, winning $200 is Jason Shiflett. Shippy. 5th place, winning $200 with 75 1/4. Chad Fleer. What? Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
And tell the folks at home how you caught them on a Council Bluff crankbait product.
Yeah, pretty much all on the whopper flopper. Do the 110, and then I started throwing a spinnerbait later on and caught 2 on that. But flopper did the work this morning.
Nice.
So I did catch 1 on a glide. But yeah, it was a good day.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
You're in the money. 4th place, 76.25 inches, winning $300, Jared Fosno. Anything you want to add?
Oh, about the same bait. I did catch a few on a drop shot and several on a crocodile buzz bait early, but all the bigger ones come off that little Ned.
Little Ned. All right. Top 3, come on up. Micah Thunderberg, Dane Lewis, and Zach Wolverton. You guys are the top 3 finishers. All right, we'll just announce third place here and then let you guys talk about it for a minute. 79.75 inches, winning $400. Zach Wolverton. You want to talk a little bit more about how you caught him?
So the first like four spots I went to, not four, first three spots I went to, I couldn't find anything over like 12 inches. I caught one 14-incher on the first cast of the day. Then after that, I ran to my fourth spot, loading up. I honestly didn't even spend that much time on the water. I probably should have spent more time on the water and loading up and moving, but I felt like it was the best thing to do to try and find some larger fish, and it paid off. Like the last hour and a half, I wound up upgrading almost all of my fish, and then my smallest fish was like 14 inches. My biggest was 17.75. So had a pretty good day throwing a jig, and I found some brush piles, and they were loaded. So.
All right, congratulations, man. All right, second place. 81.25 inches, winning $500 is Micah Funderburg. Add anything else you want to add to your?
Not a whole lot. I caught 3 over 15 inches on 3 different baits to start the morning, which was way better than I did in practice. And then just found a Carolina rig bite on a couple of mud points where the old shoreline with the bushes started to make a point, like on the edge of pockets, and caught probably 25 fish over 15 inches today.
Wow.
But my biggest was 16.75. So,
oh, man.
Yeah. It was a fun day, though.
Yeah, that sounds like a good day. All right, so that means your champion with 83.5 inches, winning $800 is Dane Lewis. Congratulations, man.
Well, thank you.
How'd you catch him?
I started out catching them on a new downsized buzzbait from LS Lures. It's about the squeakiest buzzbait I ever threw, and I caught a limit in probably 10 minutes this morning, and a couple of them were around 14 inches, but nothing that were real that great. And then pulled off a little bit and started throwing a pinhead bladed jig also from them LS Lures, and picked up quite a few out of brush piles. Like he was saying, they were loaded in there, but they were all small except for one like 15.25 that I caught pretty early, and I didn't have any service, so I couldn't submit them till later in the day. But then I was hearing them popping up in the bushes around, and so I tied on a frog, and I'd been thinking about doing that for a couple hours, just was lazy and didn't, and tied it on, and second cast with it caught a 17, and then about an hour later caught a 18.75, and then about an hour later from that caught a 17.25, and then caught another couple little ones on that frog. But that's
nice.
That's where I caught all my nice ones, was that frog up in the bushes. And unlike you, I only caught 5 over 15 today, but 3 of them were the right ones, I guess, and
yeah,
2 of them were
nice.
right at 15. So
nice payday. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Yep. All right, we'll get pictures with all the winners with the big check here in a minute, and just want to say thank you all for coming. We've only got one. Our first lowest